John Andrew Shulze was a Pennsylvania political leader and the sixth governor of Pennsylvania. He was a member of the Muhlenberg family political dynasty. Early life and education. Shulze was born in Tulphocken Township, Berks County, Pennsylvania, the son of Rev. Christus Christopher Emanuel Shulze and Eve Elizabeth Muhlenberg. Shulze was the grandson of Henry Muhlenberg and a nephew of brothers Peter Muhlenberg and Frederick Muhlenberg, who were leading politicians. Shulze grew up in the Pennsylvania Dutch community speaking the German dialect, and for his entire life would speak English with a noticeable accent. Shulze studied at Franklin College in Lancaster, Pennsylvania and was ordained a minister in the Lutheran Church in 1796. He left the ministry due to poor health in 1802 and became a merchant in Myerstown, Pennsylvania. Shulze married Susan Kimmel and they had 5 children together. Political career. Shulze was elected to the Pennsylvania General Assembly in 1806 and served 3 terms. From 1813 to 1821, he served in several low offices in Lebanon County. He returned to the General Assembly in 1821 and was elected to the State Senate in 1822. In 1823, he was elected governor of Pennsylvania, defeating former U.S. Senator Andrew Gregg. He was re-elected in 1826 over John Sargent in one of the most lopsided victories in Pennsylvania political history, together with Mayor Joseph Watson of Philadelphia. In the mid-1820s, Shulze worked to recover young free blacks of a group of about 20 who had been kidnapped from Philadelphia in 1825 and sold into slavery in Mississippi, as well as to prosecute members of the Cannon Johnson Gang of Maryland, Delaware for the crimes. In 1826 he issued extradition notices related to them to the states of Virginia, Alabama and Mississippi. None of the white members were convicted. John Purnell, a mulatto member of the gang, was tried in Philadelphia County Court in 1826, convicted of 2 counts of kidnapping and sentenced to a fine and 42 years in prison. He died 5 years later in prison. Patty Cannon, considered the leader of the gang, evaded capture. She was indicted on 4 counts of murder in 1829 after remains of 4 blacks were found buried on her land, but she died in jail before being tried, likely a suicide. Shulze pushed to establish free compulsory education in Pennsylvania. Although it failed to pass during his administration, he laid the groundwork for its adoption and funding under his successor, George Wolfe. He also oversaw major canal and road building projects in the state. Later life and legacy. Shulze declined to run for a 3rd term and retired to Montoursville, Pennsylvania. He returned to public life briefly to become a delegate to the first national convention of the Whig Party in 1839. In 1840, he served as president of Pennsylvania's Electoral College, which elected William Henry Harrison as the 9th President of the United States. He died in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, November 18, 1852, and was buried in Woodward Hill Cemetery. His widow and former First Lady of Pennsylvania, Susan Kimmel Shulze, died on October 4, 1860. She is also buried in Woodward Hill Cemetery in Lancaster. Shulze Hall, located on the campus of Penn State University, is named in his honor.